That's how that valve should be.
So this valve should be open, all right?
This valve was halfway shut.
Oh,
When I
halfway
came over
shut.
and
Okay.
Looked at it.
Yeah.
Okay, it should be open for normal water supply.
Yeah.
Now, when you're changing the filter, you shut it all the way off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your filter is located right here.
Where is it?
Right here.
Underneath. That's the filter. Okay.
Right.
That box.
So it's like an oil filter.
Yeah.
And if you don't shut this valve off, what happens is your
Water from the tank
just starts draining.
pours on you. Yeah.
I mean, you are going to get some water.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
I'll dump it in there just because. But this is what you have to make sure is.
Is that okay like that?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
it's
just going to
a
rinse this
screen.
off.
Okay.
Okay. Because it goes like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the water goes in between.
How do you know it's dirty? Is there something you can't tell, or?
It's a little bit dark looking. It should be clear.
You want me to rinse it real quick?
Yeah, you can rinse it underwater. But what I noticed was this valve was almost shut off.
Okay.
And that could have been the problem.
Okay.
When they were shoving pipes in, they probably hit it and didn't realize it.
All right. So we're washing this valve right now, or this filter. Using soap or just water?
He said rinse it.
Okay. So this device should be washed weekly, correct?
Yeah, once a week.
Once a week. Okay, so
Right.
you, Carol,
Pulse.
this is for the pulse, this device here?
Right. That's
Okay.
your pulse.
This is the, where's the pump? Can you point to
The red one right here.
The red thing right there.
Right.
Okay.
And this is your pressure regulator.
The pressure regulator. Okay.
Right.
Carol, wash the filter. We're not
Yeah.
reassemble it.
So it doesn't matter which way you put that filter in because it's like the same on both ends, right?
Right. It just slides up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much it goes hand tight.
Hand tight. Okay.
Now, when you dump all that water out,
Mm-hmm.
when you first start it up, it's gonna pulse because there's air trapped in there until the air gets through there.
Mm-hmm.
That's just normal.
Is that okay? Do you have to
Yeah, that's-
press the valve? Okay, now he's notice he's putting it
And
back.
this
Okay.
is all the way on, and I can hear the water. So it's gonna pulse a little bit because you got.
All right, what's this
water.
valve do right here?
This is for the regulator.
Okay.
This is your release.
Does that need to be open for
No,
the
it
jetter
needs
to
to be
work?
closed.
It needs to be closed.
Right. And
When would you-
repaired this. That one lady that we had to go through the roof that was giving
Yeah.
us problems. This was broken, and I put this new valve in then.
When do you have to? When do you open that valve?
This one,
Yeah.
I guess to relieve pressure, and actually might be able to relieve some of it right now, some of the air, because the water's gonna go through.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. So where's the water? Where's the tank? It's right here,
yes.
and it flows into where? Let's trace the flow. It goes from
Underneath.
goes into this device first, right?
Yeah. So you got your hose here
Mm-hmm.
that comes up.
Yeah.
And it goes into this.
Okay.
If you want to just drain the tank, you would open this valve here. And that
Okay.
starts draining the tank.
Okay.
Okay.
And then it goes through here. That's a shutoff valve that we use to replace that filter. Okay. And then it goes up that pipe there.
Yeah.
And
That
then-
might be the recirc pipe because you have, see here, there's a line in between these tanks.
Yeah.
Okay. This front tank is for antifreeze.
Yeah.
If we use it. Okay. And then the back tank.
Is this full of
is
antifreeze
water.
now?
No.
Shouldn't it be?
No. Because it's inside the truck.
Yeah.
We don't use the antifreeze side
Okay.
of it.
I see.
Okay.
And then
And then the other one is for the regular water that we use.
where's the water? So this is the antifreeze tank right here.
No, this one is up here.
This is the antifreeze tank.
Right.
And what's this?
That's your water tank.
So half the side of this tank is for antifreeze,
Right.
and this is the water part.
Right.
So this is always empty.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes water gets into this one
Yeah.
because you have two valves here in the back. Sorry.
Yeah.
Open this up. One's on.
Yeah.
Okay, this lets the hose fill the tank with water. This one should be
The hose fills the tank with water. Okay.
on. Right, and that being on. So if you want to stop it from filling water, you shut it off. And that shuts off the water. From
Well, to
filling into
have
the
this
tank.
filled with water, we have to connect this to another hose, right?
Right.
Right.
the Regular
That's what we do with our
water
garden.
outlet.
And where's the outlet? Where does this connects? We take the
It goes into this hose here.
on what side?
And then right there, this bottom hose.
We disconnect that.
Or wait a minute. No, right here. See this hose here?
Yeah.
Shoots through the end of this. It comes underneath this.
So we unravel this and connect it to a spigot to fill up the tank.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then it fills up the tank, but it connects to
And
this
while
valve
we're
here.
filling it up, this has to be on.
On, yes.
So why did you move it to the middle or
Well,
something?
that's the actual on spot.
Oh.
It's a little bit worn. The stop is bent.
Oh, you don't want to push it all the way forward. You want to have it right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's on, and it fills up the tank.
Okay.
This one here is for antifreeze. So if I had antifreeze on, there's a way to transfer the antifreeze into the main hoses and everything, so it doesn't freeze.
So
that's what that's for.
So
If I left this on and this on,
Mhm.
then the hose will fill both tanks with water.
Would
hose
you
will
use
fill.
that if in fact
So
you were
always keep
working outside?
always keep this down, correct?
That one
All
off.
right. All right. And what was your question, Carol?
Would you let the antifreeze go to the hose when you're working outside and it's really cold?
We don't use
Or
antifreeze.
you don't worry
right?
about it?
Right, we wouldn't worry about it because you got an extra heater. The
Okay.
diesel engine in
That's
here
right.
keeps it nice and hot, you know, and
Okay.
starting off.
So we would never have to worry about that at
No.
all.
I
So
don't
we
think-
keep that yellow switch down all the time.
Now, if this was on a trailer, then we'd have to deal with the
Oh, okay.
antifreeze because it's open to the elements outside.
Mhm.
Okay.
And the biggest problem is these hoses underneath will freeze on the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it was a good idea to put it inside something.
Right, with a heater.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And just the diesel engine alone, if that's running, it keeps this whole truck warm.
Right.
Okay.
You know, supplemental heater and stuff like that. And
So we
then-
have the water flowing through here, and it goes up here, and the water goes two places, to here and to somewhere else.
Right, this is your main feed into the valve body
Yeah.
and then to the pump. The other one I think has something.
So why is it going to? What do you mean to the? So the water goes into this device. Why?
This is your pressure regulator.
Okay. And then why is it going to
And
why is it
this
splitting?
Is your pump, and this is your. This split, I believe, has something to do with the antifreeze tank.
Okay.
So water goes into this pump and then goes out the hose.
Yes.
And then why is it going to that other pump on the left side, the red one?
The red is your actual pump.
Yeah,
And
this
this
is just
is-
a regular.
Oh.
This is right. And this,
Oh, so where is this going? Right here, that tube.
that goes to the front tank. That's your antifreeze tank. So if you hit that valve and you shut off the water valve, you'll
Well,
be
it
able
looks
to pump
it
down.
looks like you're pumping into the antifreeze tank then.
It doesn't. For whatever reason, it doesn't until you open that valve.
Okay.
Okay.
So for our purposes, it goes through here, goes through this pressure regulator.
Right.
And-
Well, it actually goes into the pump, the valve body with the pump. So
Yeah.
It comes in down here,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is regulates your pressure,
Okay.
as well as you have the electronics.
And then this is the hose that that pushes out the water.
Right.
Correct.
And it goes to the reel.
Okay.
So that's your high pressure.
to that green hose over there.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the pressure when you're using this machine?
This is your adjustment on the pressure, but what happens is you have a throttle body back here.
Yeah.
This is like your gas pedal cable on your car.
Mm-hmm.
Stop here.
Yeah.
It's set at 1,000.
Yeah.
And that's the engine RPMs. So as you kick it up, that pump is moving faster, and that's
Oh.
what increases the pressure.
So you adjust the pressure from the front.
Right. It's like putting the gas pedal on.
Yeah.
You know, this pushes it a little more
Yeah.
idle, then more, and that's your max.
Okay.
So that's all the way to the floor.
And what was
And
the
that
thing you have to do with
increases
the?
your
How do you work this clutch again? Like when do you use this clutch and when do
The
you
clutch
not?
has to be the engine idle has to be at 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, it's too strong. So what you do with the clutch is you pull in.
So after it's 1,000, then you pull the clutch.
Right. And you release the clutch at 1,000 as well. Okay. If you got the engine idle up too high,
Yeah.
that's what blows up the clutch. Some of the guys that don't know what they're doing.
So if you're using
to-
4,000, you should the clutch be off or on?
It should be on.
Okay.
Okay.
Turn that
but
down.
do not try to disengage or engage when it's all the way up. It
Turn
has
it down
to be
to
at
1,000.
So when it's 1,000, then you turn the clutch on.
Right.
And then
'cause
you
the-
increase the pressure.
The idle speed of the motor is slow enough
Yeah.
to where it's not going to hurt the clutch.
So and then you turn it on and off with that button where? This turn it to the left, right?
Right. Well, this is your glow plug. This red light will
Yeah.
hold on.
Mm-hmm.
And when it warms up the glow plugs, because it's diesel.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you could turn it on.
You turn it off by going to the middle.
Right.
So once it's on, then it's running at 1,000, correct?
Right. And that's
then
that's
we-
idle speed, basically.
And then we pull the clutch
Right.
to increase to 2,000.
Right.
Or to wherever you want it.
Okay, is it correct to say if it's 2,000 and we pull the clutch, we could damage the engine?
Yes.
Okay,
But not
so
the
the
engine,
clutch.
but the clutch.
So
That's
do-
what happened the last time you had the clutch fixed.
yeah,
It was up on 3,000 and
never
they
pull the
released it.
clutch on 2,000 and higher.
Right.
Got that? Okay.
1,000 or higher.
Always-
No,
it's
2,000.
always-
You're allowed to do it on 1,000.
Okay.
Right.
That's where it starts.
Okay.
But never pull it on 2,000 or higher.
Because the engine speed is too fast,
Yeah.
and that's what's going to blow up the.
And and do not increase it unless you're pulling unless the clutch is pulled. Correct? Okay.
Well, you can increase it. Otherwise, I mean, if you're real good at winding up the hose and you have it at 3,000, that engine's going to wind this hose up so quick. But
Yeah.
you have to be good at doing that.
Right.
You know, the average person won't screw it up if they have it on 1,000, and that's with the clutch off.
Yeah.
It just increases.
Can you use this jetter at 4,000 psi with the clutch off?
Yeah, you could use it, but
Oh,
it
okay.
won't. It won't be engaging the clutch in the
The clutch
water.
only has
It
something
would
to
just
Does the clutch have to do with the psi or just
do.
reeling the
No,
hose
only
back?
hose.
the PSI
Oh.
and well, that's the pressure coming out.
Right.
So that once the clutch is in, it activates that red thing. That's the pump,
pump.
Yeah.
and it's spinning. Okay, so if you want to spin that pump faster to get higher pressure, you turn your throttle up. Okay, and that makes everything go faster.
Right.
All right.
So I'm saying if the clutch is off, what happens if we move it to 4,000 psi?
The engine's just gonna run at full throttle, and like if you're working the hose,
Yeah.
you could pull it in a lot faster.
So why do you use the clutch then?
The clutch engages your pressure and your pump. Then you have water. It's just
Oh, so you
see,
can't.
like if I pull this all the way down here, this is free spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I put it to this notch here, and it's gonna roll it back. And if I go this way, it's gonna feed it out, and that's all done by hydraulics. But the faster the motor's running, the faster this wheel is gonna churn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So So I guess I'm still confused. What's So the purpose of the clutch is to reel the hose back, or to increase to spray out water.
To spray out water.
So you're
Engage your
saying
pump.
if we move it to 4,000 psi, can water come out if the clutch is off?
No.
Okay, that makes
It's
sense.
that the clutch activates the pump. It gives
Okay.
you your drive. for that
Okay,
pump.
so if we move to 4,000 psi, there's no water coming out unless the clutch is on, correct?
Right.
So
But
if
you
it
don't want to, if it's up at 4,000
and you engage the
don't wanna
clutch,
try to
that
pull it,
would
you're gonna blow
damage
clutch.
the motor. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
And
Okay.
engaging the clutch on these three.
Can you
will
engage the
damage.
clutch on 2,000?
No.
No, that would
Don't wanna
damage
do
it. Okay.
You'll
Only
damage.
1,000.
You'll damage it faster on 3 and 4 than
Okay.
you will on 2.
Okay.
but
So if you're on 4,000, can you turn it off, the clutch, or you have to wait till you're on 1,000 again to make that
go
choice?
back down
Go
to
back.
1,000.
Okay.
And you step it down.
Okay.
You don't go from 4 and try to drop it down to 1 all in one
So
shot.
we
You
should
wanna
we should
step
have
it
a
down.
sign that says, and maybe Megan, you can make this. Make a clutch only engage clutch at 1,000 psi. Correct.
Engage
And disengage.
Engage/disengage clutch only
I
at
just have a quick question.
Yeah.
So, really, the clutch should always be engaged if you're changing this.
You don't have to. This is your throttle. Like if you have your car, you know, and you're pushing your foot to the floor, that operates the engine itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I got it.
So when you pull a clutch, that's like engaging your rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
It's engaging the pump to start pumping out the water.
Yeah.
Okay. And you never want to engage that pump.
Why would we ever have it at 4,000 psi with the clutch off? I guess.
You never would, but if you did,
Yeah.
it's whipping this hose in at like 90 miles an hour.
Okay. Interesting.
You know?
Okay.
Sometimes we'll put it up on 2, and if we have 500 foot of hose out,
Right.
Yeah.
and you're good at lining it up,
Mm-hmm.
you can pull that hose in faster.
Right.
That's all it is.
Okay.
You know.
Interesting.
And then
And
this
you-
little pretty red
and-
button here on the side, that's your emergency. So if all hell breaks loose, you don't know what to do, you slam
It
that
turns
in,
everything off, right?
shuts everything off. You don't have to fuck with the pump, it just kills everything,
Right.
and it's safe that way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then you pull it out.
Okay.
Now, when you pull it back out, you can start it back up.
Yes.
So
But
to
you
reel
wanna
it,
make sure your-
so it
your
automatically
clutch is
reels in the
secured.
hose if you push this backwards, correct?
No, I think that's feed, and this one is
Oh, pull it down.
pulling
Yeah.
it back. But if you pull it all the way back,
It's free spin.
but you notice how he just did it with the finger?
Yeah.
It doesn't take much. So if someone grabs and tries to swing
Just a
on
little bit to pull it. So
You'll
just
snap
pull
it
it down a little bit, and then it starts the hose.
this, right.
So Dennis, maybe you can test the jetter, and then what's that? What's that right there?
This whole device can swivel out.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have this, and you can swivel it out to pull sideways. But if you want to go this way, you have this lever here, which is rusty.
Yeah.
And you have to play with it a little bit to get it to go up. That will turn the inside this way.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a driveway on this side, you can pull your whole side.
Okay, so you pick one or the other to angle it, right? But you don't
Right.
really need to do both. Is that
Right.
correct to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
And these are a little worn and rusty because of the water.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to. Yeah.
Okay.
These are your hoses
Okay.
to adapt.
And you
to.
attach it to the you attach the hoses to the green end, right?
Right. There's a trigger handle right here.
Oh, attach it to the trigger. Trigger handle goes into this,
Right.
which
Yeah. This is just a safety.
to keep it
Okay.
grounded.
So this is how you would put your
Yeah.
hose on for your smaller stuff, and you tighten this up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then each one of the hoses have a quick connect,
Yeah.
and you plug them
Oh,
in
so
on
the
that.
hoses connect to that little.
Yeah.
Right. But now you don't want to go up to 4,000 psi if you have a small hose on there.
So you can do it with like this green one though, right?
Yeah, but you only want to go up about 2,000
Did you ever get that
with
bird?
that because.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going through a floor drain or something,
What about like
You
a
wanna
toilet?
get- toilet, this little black hose works best for a toilet.
And this is for like restaurant drains because
Yeah,
there could
floor
be sharp
drains and stuff.
objects and stuff in there.
And they have the wrong tip on it.
Yeah. Well, which hose is used for what situation?
This
Maybe.
is good for floor drains,
that hose.
but they
Okay.
have the wrong tip on this.
Yeah.
We need that ball tip for this.
Yeah. We're waiting for that to come in.
Right.
All right.
And this is for
The-
like smaller stacks
Yeah.
because you got your 4 and your
4-inch
Uh,
stacks are saying.
right.
Okay.
You can put
or
that in the
tight
4-inch.
tight bends, smaller pipes to go into. This is better for that.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because that thick green one's not going around to bend too good,
No,
right?
I mean you'll.
And what's
you'll
the
get stuff.
smaller black one good for?
That's for toilets.
Toilets.
Yeah, real small drains.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that
depending on
and
the
that
size.
dark and that bright green one behind it.
That's the same as this one here. It's just a brand new hose that's sitting there with no
Okay.
ends on it.
Okay.
This particular tip is a spinner,
Mm-hmm.
and it's better for washing off the pipe once the pipe is open.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to open a pipe with it. Though lately the guys have been trying to open pipes with this. You want more of a tip like this that has a hole in the front and 3 or 4 on the back
Mm-hmm.
to open up your sewers.
Okay.
The spinner
What's on the
is
front of
more
that
for
green one?
washing out the pipes. This one here is a regular tip, and they're all worn really bad, and you're not getting your right pressures. So we need these tips.
Okay.
You know, we don't have
We can get
anything that's any good.
Well,
The last time I used them. I put my
so
own
Megan,
tips
why don't you take a picture of that
in. But these,
collection of tips here? Okay.
they're all junk.
Oh,
See,
really?
like this side's already flattened. You know, they're just all blocked, and
Okay.
this is another spinner that's messed up.
Okay. Well,
See, all of
Jerry's
these are.
gonna have to go
Here.
to Woodhill.
Megan, why don't you go through all that and
Yeah.
get it
Give me-
replaced
give
from
me
Wood Hill?
What's
Yeah,
bad.
give everything give everything bad to Megan now, or
I don't care. I'm not worried about what it's,
Well, wash
where
your
it's
hands
bad.
afterwards.
Good
Those
for
are for
those
big hoses.
situations. What's that going to be good at?
These are good for those green hoses.
Okay, what about these things?
These are for that hose.
Tip of this. Okay.
Yeah, and they're big. They're, you know.
This is bad.
it's just harder to use because it's
Nobody can get these off. I got a buddy. We can cut this and get them off if we had to.
we're trying to
But
make
it's
it.
tough.
It's too long. This is a flimsy attachment for it. So we
Right,
don't
and
wanna use
this is on this big
a tip
hose.
that's important to use.
And it's black, and it has a switch on it that sends a signal.
Yeah.
See, camera, sometimes if you got a black drain, you can't push it all the way out to the block. At the end of it, you can send it all the way out.
Do we
to
have
where,
a locator?
And then it's a transmitter that sits on the end.
And we have one. It's in that box, right?
We used to have one somewhere around here, but it got broke, and nobody fixed it.
Carol,